The Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff. Joining me this week is Shane.
What's your favorite N-word?
Nice. The N-word.
Nigeria.
Nipples.
Nigeria's a good one.
I like
Niagara
nipples.
Falls is another good one. Yeah. Allan's favorite word is knob, apparently. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also joining us this week is Josh.
Nipples. For fuck's sake, nipples. How does no one like nipples?
I mean, nipples are perfect.
That depends.
I mean, nipples are perfect when attached to big boobs.
So we're not
actually really funny this week.
Jeff wasn't supposed to be here this week.
No, I wasn't. I was supposed to be high off my ass, day drinking, I was supposed to be being unprofessional as fuck, and instead I was professional and semi-not drunk, and I was maybe a little bit insane and did something stupid. But you know what? It's okay. I had a good time. I lost the game of cribbage. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure it's fine?
I'm slightly disappointed that I haven't drunk in like 6 months, but whatever. It's good for my liver.
That is debatable.
I mean, okay. I literally skipped out on a party because I was working.
Really?
Yes.
Is that really a bad thing?
No. Let me put it like this.
money.
Let me put it like this. Going to... If I went to Press A to start, do you honestly think I would actually fit in at Press A to start? I'm the least politically correct person there.
Wait,
I would probably start a race war.
Breastfeed?
Yep, he does.
Yes. I have 2 babies on both my nipples. Apparently, I have a female gene in me that causes lactating nipples. I didn't know this.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate.
That would be very unfortunate.
How do you even deal with that?
You don't.
Oh,
you just don't. You have to wear something called a man's ear.
It's a bro.
Yeah, it's a man's ear.
Bro. Battle ready armor.
Okay.
How many remember that joke? Who remembers that joke from an old show? I do. I see you two were mad at culture. So this week, Jeff was actually originally not supposed to join us.
I was supposed to be doing something else.
Yeah. We have Shane here, of course, who I don't think we really have much to talk about this week. Josh has to leave in
5 minutes.
In 45 minutes, roughly, maybe 50 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hopefully a quick and short podcast.
My favorite for editing purposes.
I do have one thing I can think of to talk about, because the only thing I've really done this last entire week is plan my next Dungeons and Dragons campaign, which hasn't even started yet because of scheduling issues. It was supposed to start yesterday, but half of the people went to go see Endgame.
Yep. Speaking of Endgame,
yeah, go for it.
Go for it. I don't care.
I'm hyped for it because I'm going to see it on Sunday, and I'm seeing it in the VIP theater, so no fucking kids.
Is that the one with the reclining seats and booths?
Yes. I paid $25 a ticket just to be away from kids.
My buddy bought 7 tickets to go see it.
You have?
No, my one friend did.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Because
even I'm not that dedicated.
He just had a cabal of people to go with.
Oh. I thought he meant just for himself.
I kind of want to go see it a week after the hype dies.
What did my one buddy say? He said,
Actually, from what I've heard, if that's all right, Shane, if you want to go first.
No, go ahead.
From what I've heard, it's good. And all apparently is just a fucking love letter to the fan base. That's what I've heard.
What I heard is that it's full of plot holes, but it's still like a good movie. But
why
the theory,
didn't Ant-Man go up Thor's anus? I mean,
no, you got it right. You got it right the first time.
Yeah, I got okay.
Yeah. Thor. He said.
You mean Thanos? Thanos. Yeah.
Thor.
Yeah, no, you're right, Thor.
No, but my one buddy, what did he say? He said, "Wait till like the second week to go. That way, you don't accidentally find yourself amidst a national tragedy." And I'm like, "Yo, it's Canada. I doubt this theater's gonna get shot up."
Oh fuck! Holy shit!
Boy,
that's
he makes a good point. He makes a good point.
Yep.
I mean, remember the last time we had a hype superhero movie? It was The Dark Knight Rises. Ooh.
I feel like there's been one or two superhero movies before then.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think there were.
But nothing as hyped as The Dark Knight.
Wait, The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises?
No, The Dark Knight Rises.
No, I'm actually just... I just want to see the end of the effective saga of Marvel that is, the good stories.
Yeah,
I want to see the effective end of Marvel movies that are going to be the ones I care about, and then I progressively stop giving a shit.
Yeah, because now after this, Chris Evans is done.
Robert Downey Jr. is done.
Robert Downey Jr. is done. I'm pretty sure Mark Ruffalo's done.
Nope.
No? Okay. But...
Mark Ruffalo isn't done, but I think Scarlett Johansson is done, and I think
Chris Hemsworth has also been done.
I'm almost
Chris Hemsworth's
certain
done.
Samuel L. Jackson's done. He's like 70 years old now.
Man, I'm impressed by him.
Yeah,
like that he keeps acting at this point.
But the thing, what someone was saying, Tim Pool was saying on YouTube because he went to go see Endgame, and the idea was that like it starts with like humble beginnings. Like the first MCU movie was Iron Man, and it was basically it was when you look at it compared to like Infinity War, it's pretty small scale. It's just like one guy gets into an accident, he has to fight against terrorists and a corrupt warmonger, and then it cuts forward to like Captain Marvel, and he's like, yeah, her jet explodes and now she's a god. Like, what the fuck happened? The power creep has like spiked immensely. Like, there's almost no more stakes, and so
well, Captain Marvel is the biggest exception because fuck, god damn it.
Yeah, like Captain Marvel's like the Superman of the Marvel universe. Like even
she's one of the super.
Thor, who's literally a god, is not as powerful as Captain Marvel. And so you had like Samuel L. Jackson, who is just a guy, and Iron Man, who is just a guy, and they were kind of the front of the MCU.
Yes.
Now it's gonna be Brie Larson and Captain Marvel.
Can we be disappointed for 30 minutes about how Brie Larson is now going to be the face of Marvel movies?
Yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed. I don't even like this series, and I'm disappointed.
I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. It's like, it almost seems like as if like every movie franchise that has done that since has failed epically. And I can't pin my finger on it. The only actual good one is probably Ocean's 8. Wonder Woman? Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, Wonder Woman's a good movie.
Wonder Woman was a good movie, but you know what it didn't do? It gave Diane flaws. Can you name a flaw of Captain Marvel?
No.
Nope.
She has none. She's perfect.
Not in the MCU. Well, she does have a flaw, but it's an annoying flaw. She's too brash.
She's not.
So was fucking Iron Man.
Actually, Iron Man's a self-absorbed prick
Yeah.
who needed to get over his fucking
Alcoholism.
his issues over and alcoholism and the fact that he couldn't actually commit and that he couldn't play well with others. What other flaws did he have?
You know what?
Oh yeah, by the way,
I'm pretty sure we're not. I'm pretty sure we're actually just talking about Robert Downey Jr. right now.
Yeah.
no.
I'm pretty
Robert
sure
Downey Jr.
Iron Man 2 was a Robert Downey Jr. biopic.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be
Actually-
surprised he actually has a robotic mech in his backyard.
I would
Just-
believe it.
Any flaws?
I could testify to how hype fucking Endgame is because in like 6 Discord servers within a half hour of the first movie going live, there was Endgame spoiler chats popping up in all of them, and mods were like, "Yeah, no, if you do something stupid, I'm gonna fucking ban. If you say anything about Endgame, we're gonna ban you." I was like, "Holy shit!"
There's so much
What?
cutthroat
Like
spoiling.
a lot of people want nothing to do with it. That's the reason why, like, I post that little meme there when you see, when you see 0 Endgame spoilers. And I love you, Brandon Mod.
How much did it make? Does anyone know? Like opening weekend?
It's not even past opening
I
weekend.
guess it's opening night now.
No, as of right now, I think it's made like it's looking to blow up box office records because like they've got sold out theaters pretty much everywhere. Excuse me. Major projects are being like it came out on the perfect weekend,
Yeah, honestly.
and the follow-up movie that's coming out after it is Detective Pikachu 3 weeks from now. I think it's 3 weeks from now.
Josh, we have to go see that movie.
That is another movie I'm hyped for.
Josh,
Detective Pikachu? What?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Podcast meeting.
Thursday night. So as of recording, it would be last night, which is like the midnight release. It made $60 million.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
just gonna.
I have to message somebody and say, hey, do you want to go see Detective Pikachu with Seth and his uncle?
What week is that supposed to be coming out? Like May, right?
Yes. Yes, it is. Because you know what, Josh? We have to go see Detective Pikachu.
Because funny thing is, people are just kind of like, at first when they showed the trailer, people are going, oh my god, they're kind of like little monsters, aren't they? And I'm like, yeah, they are monsters.
Yeah.
They're what you call pocket monsters. Yeah, so like, and also when people are stopping the trailer and zooming in on freaking Jinx and how fucking, or no, not Jinx, but fucking Mr. Mime and how like weird, and like his shoulders were like gym balls, and he has little hair follicles on his head, but his actual hair you look at is like balloons. You're like, what the fuck is this thing? And I'm like, I can't wait to see it. Just so you could just eyeball it so hard, and there could be so much
Actually,
detail in it.
What makes it even funnier is that was like a famous like how to do realistic Pokemon like artist on
Yeah.
like Tumblr and Twitter, and they got a job from it because like they were so dedicated to it. So like, I'm so happy that it happened.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
But
good.
like at the same, and that's the reason why like because like he's done like the new trailer that came out for it, which is the I See Trees of Green, whatever that song is called. I can't.
What a Wonderful World.
Thank you, fucking thank you. I blanked hard there. But like that trailer alert showed off a bunch of other new Pokemon that we hadn't seen models for at that point.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about this. I don't care if this is just a dumb buddy cop movie about like Detective Pikachu basically being fucking his dad and all that fun jazz. I'm actually like really hyped for it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is considering how little like trailer push they're doing for it says a lot too.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Like, yeah, the trailer push is a really good thing. And I am just excited and ecstatic for that movie, and I can't wait until it comes out. That is actually going to probably be the movie that breaks Brock's, is going to destroy Marvel.
I mean, I doubt that. But
It will be one of the competitors for it, I think.
Yes. We will get more Detective Pikachu movies.
I don't think we'll get that.
It will be the best live-action video game movie.
Then they
Probably,
remake.
honestly.
Then they remake the movie that is I Choose You Pikachu in
with
live action. In live action. It'd be
Oof.
so. Oh, that would be interesting.
And it's like it's R-rated, and Mewtwo is like Dr. Manhattan, so his huge like dick and balls are just hanging out the whole movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh. Yep. Yep, that's totally it.
What else? Apparently Hellboy wasn't a bad movie, apparently.
I mean, Hellboy is always a good movie.
I heard hot garbage about it. But the thing is, like, I look at the design of the characters, and I'm like, they don't look bad. It just doesn't look fun.
Yeah.
It looks like it's trying to be something that it shouldn't be. Like, it looks like something where it's like, you're looking at it and you're like, why? Why would you do this? Why would you make Hellboy, like, into the snarky, whiny teenage bro when he's not? Even though that's kind of what the character is. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I would have preferred it if it was just a sequel to Hellboy 2.
He's a snarky teenage bro in the sense that he's not snarky.
DMC Hellboy.
He's not, yeah, he's not pompous. He's more like a sarcastic brat.
Yeah.
That would be the better way to put it. He's not snarky, he's sarcastic.
And it's like, I would have preferred that movie more if it was, like, the same, like a sequel to Hellboy, original Hellboy, like the cinematic universe.
Well, that would have had to require Gail Domo and
Ron
like
Perlman.
A few other. Like, I don't think, man, if they put Ron Perlman back in that fucking movie, put him as just like a background character, that would make that movie for me. I'd go to see that movie just to see the reference to Ron Perlman in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he does like the narrating.
That would be really cool too. But from what I heard is it's not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie. It's kind of really meh. It's really meh.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully I actually just really hope that Endgame like lives up to my little bit of expectations.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know for a fact that something else didn't live up to anybody's expectations.
Oh no.
Yeah. MK11 came out this week.
Oh yeah.
How many of you heard what happened?
I'm getting a play-by-play with a friend of mine who's actively playing it right now.
From what I've heard is that when you open up the game, there's like 5 premium currencies.
Mm-hmm.
What game is this? MK?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat.
There's 5 premium currencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually excited for that game.
Dirty fucking.
I was
like, it's got some fucking grind in it.
Okay, well, let me explain to you what the least interesting fact about MK11 is. It's crap on PC. Thus, it's crap, and nobody should buy it. Because PC gaming is superior, unless you own a console. In which case, you should buy it for a console. Like you buy most fighting games for. A console.
Actually, a really interesting thing that I noticed about this game is the fact that it's already on discount on Amazon. And I watched Jax.
Mm-hmm.
That's the black guy with the cyborg arms, right?
Yeah, Jax is like the coolest character.
They made him fucking woke.
Oh no.
So like apparently this was all about like getting control of like the multi-timeline stuff like that. And like getting control of a device that causes it, like gives you the ability. And so he's like, I've saved the universe. What if I could, and I'm sure I've had a good life, but what if I could go back and save all those people who look like me and give them a good life? I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And apparently he goes back and fucks up like several different times before he finally gets it right. And I'm like, this isn't Jax. I know Jack. Jack is a hard-ass cop who's just like, I'm going to do my job and then move on. Oh my God. Go look up at his fucking end thing. You'll understand.
Despite being only 13% of the roster, he deals 50% of the damage to Shao Kahn.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
You never... Oh, okay. Never mind. That's an advanced meme.
That's the thing is, I've never heard... I don't know Mortal Kombat memes, so...
What is it? Okay, so there's this meme going around in a few of the Discords I'm in, and it's a play off of the statistic that race realists like to quote, where it's like, despite only being like 13% of the population, black people are 50% of like crimes, things like that.
Yeah.
And I'll just post one in here. This one's my favorite. Despite appearing in only 13% of Marvel movies, Thanos killed 50% of the universe.
God damn.
Which is actually true. No. He was in 3 of the 23 movies or whatever.
Okay. So, a really funny fact about Thanos, apparently, which I never took it as this way, but apparently it got retconned into this. So when he said 50% of life is just gone, he meant 50% of all life, not just like sentient
all the animals were
all
also
the animals
killed.
And half the plants.
Huh.
So somebody actually did the math for it. Is like, yeah, if you wiped out 50% of the plants, the Earth would heat up and global warming would literally happen within a year.
Did he take out 50% of the carbon dioxide?
No, it's just take out 50% of the carbon sinks.
Maybe he took out half of the sun.
I would love.
Allan, his brain just fell over.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I remember reading that, and it was like
bad.
when Thanos snapped, he killed half of all the animals too, and it was just a picture of the penguin from Madagascar saluting, and it was like, Mrs. Obama, it has been an honor.
Okay, can I just say something very quickly about Thanos?
If you talk about his penis, I swear to God.
I'm not going to talk about his dick, because he is a dick. He's a massive cock. He has a ball sack for a chin. But fuck, man. Fuck. Like, if he did that, like, he actually fucking might have, like, ruined the human race. So fuck you, I was right.
No, he would fuck up multiple planets and multiple other livable civilizations.
Yeah.
Like, he would, like, in order to, like, do his quote-unquote 50%, if it was also plant life, it would not only kill everything, it wouldn't be...
It would destabilize the environment. The economy would crash almost instantly. Cities would be constantly destroyed, and people would have to move out into the countryside. And on top of that, all near or endangered or near endangered animals that would become extinct within a year.
Is that why Captain Marvel bombed at the box office? Because only half as many people were there to see it?
Probably.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Well, it actually didn't bomb at the box office, apparently. Apparently it did really well, except for the fact that Disney might have bought up a fucking bunch of theaters. Like, bought all the seats in some theaters. Just to make the numbers look good.
So either way, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah. What else happened?
Well, I got something I got to rage about.
Go for it.
Okay. So, guys, I got a question to ask you. This is a hypothetical question. Because
depends on what this hypothetical question involves.
Okay, what makes you rage this week?
Unfair game mechanics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same with you, Josh?
Yeah. Or something that makes you go, fuck, I had no control over this, and I died anyways.
Shane?
I'm trying to think. The one thing that makes me rage, specifically for gaming, do you mean?
No, just in general.
There was something that I was just thinking of, like my biggest pet peeve. And I can't think of it now off the top of my head. Something that makes me rage. Oh, man. The radio? Just in general?
Why?
I don't know. Just pisses me off.
Okay. I'm gonna blow
you know what
your
pisses
guys'
me off is when, and a good example is right now, is when people cut you off.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, I mean, I cut you off, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I got some rage this week. And it actually affected me to my core, to the point of where I was screaming at the heavens, Con. Because I realized that we live in a clown society. And
certainly do live in a society.
God damn it.
And, you know...
Fucking goddamn that
I have accepted the fact that, we live in a clown society, and I've known it for years. But, Harry Potter is a fucking cancer that should be burned. Every single fucking book. Because idiots fucking think it's reality, Alan. Because idiots think it's a good book series. Because idiots, Alan, think that their whole entire world revolves around Harry Potter. We can make a Harry Potter reference.
Theoretically, Harry Potter is a good series. I've never read it.
Actually, it is a really good series. You probably should read it. I wouldn't say it's worth making your life around, but then again, there's a lot of things you should make your life around, such as anime, movies, comic books, video games, religion, politics, economics.
Yeah,
My Chemical
everything.
Romance.
So, Jeff. What I get from what I'm getting from this is.
I was like, man, what's a really good edge here? Oh, Offspring. There we go.
Linkin Park.
Oh, that's another one.
The Offspring were actually good.
I mean, up until a certain album. After that, I'm not sure what the hell they've been doing.
You can say there are a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold. Sabaton. Actually, Sabaton's so good.
Well, Avenged Sevenfold is also really good. But beside the point. Okay, Jeff, so what has made you rage about this to such a point that you have to believe that the book series needs to be burned? Is it Miss J.K. Rowling still adding more useless information through tweets?
Oh, no.
Is it just a fan who made an offhanded comment to you in an inappropriate way?
Allan,
No.
remember,
I wish that was it.
This is Jeff we're talking about, so let's think like Jeff. What would have brought Jeff on? I can imagine he was at work, and and an employee grabbed like the hand scanner and started like buzzing it, and she's like, "Look, like a wand," and that's it. That's all it was.
I wish it was that simple.
Go for it.
I wish it was that fucking simple.
Harry Potter themed. What the hell? Those like cock locks that BDSM artists use.
Oh, I don't know what they are.
You know what, guys? Like, I'm just going to say this right now, is that Harry Potter right now, anyone who sits there and likes Harry Potter, I don't hate you, per se, but what I'm going to say is that read a fucking better book, and fucking watch other media, and fucking try to figure out how to fucking... You can explain things in such a way where, basically, it's not everything is black and fucking white. We're living in a world that's basically Metal Gear fucking Solid 2, motherfuckers.
I would recommend The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Very good read.
I would recommend The Dresden Files, and I would also recommend the Steve Jobs biography if you really want a really good book about a man who basically revolutionized computing to the point of where now it's fucking broken, and we have to fix it again.
I would recommend the Gulag Archipelago.
Yes.
Have a dark read, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically,
George Orwell?
No, that is actually somebody who lived the Gulag Archipelago in the Soviet Union and wrote about his times. Got it smuggled out to the U.S. and then it got printed.
Okay, so basically, the Canadian government is running an actual fucking job fair.
Oh yeah,
or an actual fucking job where you can basically apply, and this is the way it fucking works. I applied for this job, by the way, and in my cover letter I says the person who came up with this should be fucking fired, because they should be, because people like this are fucking cancer on this fucking planet.
I like to imagine you saying this to the employer like day one. And they're like, oh wait, we hired a crazy person for this crazy job.
Yes. I'm the perfect hire because I would sit there and make jokes about how it's stupid.
I mean, for $57,000 a year, yeah, again, I'll do your dumb thing. I don't even know, like, what you could possibly do. What are your credentials? I'm a Slytherin? I don't know. Here's a piece of wood. I drew on it. Hire me.
Mm-hmm.
When's lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're not a Hufflepuff? Because, like, that would be a question a Hufflepuff would ask.
Mm-hmm.
When's lunch?
How much do I get paid, and when's lunch?
It would be in that specific order, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining, like, the break room, and everyone's, like, paired off in their own, like, what is it, gangs? Schools?
Houses.
Okay. And, like, all the Slytherin kids are, like, pulling snot out of their noses with their wands and flicking them at the Hufflepuff kids. And all the Hufflepuffs look like Mormons, and they've got their fucking, like, name tags and sweater vests on. They're all dressed like Ned Flanders, reading books. The Slytherin kids are, like, picking their nails with switchblades and listening to Poison.
You know they are.
God damn, that would be funny. God, I want to apply for that job for $50,000, but I'm back in university, so that's not happening.
Imagine, if you will, if the reality was swapped so that instead of everyone worshiping Harry Potter to the level they did, the Outsiders got popular instead. And everyone just wore, like, leather vests and greased their hair and had, like, switchblade combs.
What even is that? What even is that?
You didn't see that
What?
yet? The Spider-Man tattoo guy?
Every single rub-on tattoo of Spider-Man on his body.
Why?
The thing is that his mouth looks fucking weird, and so it makes him look even more weird.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
What the fuck?
Make that the podcast image for the week.
Please do.
Yeah.
That would work.
I just like how just his face makes it even more weird, and B, when you look closely, it's just Spider-Man rub-ons
Yeah,
all
he's
over the place.
shirtless, but he's so pale. It looks like a sweater.
I thought for a second that it was like, oh, this is some weird white rapper from the UK who did this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
That's what it looks like. He looks like fucking Takeshi 6ix9ine or something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, I really love Spider-Man, so I tattooed individually one small Spider-Man all over my fucking body.
I wonder if there's one on his nutsack.
Well, no, I think he's too young for that.
I want to say that maybe, because any male would try.
I wouldn't.
I would.
I would.
Also, I think my favorite part is just his pose, because he had to do it to him.
Frick, yeah, it's just you put some words on this and this would be an album cover.
Yep.
I like how small his room is too. Like he lives in an attic or something, because his head is touching the ceiling.
He's got the gay pride flag in the corner there too.
Mm-hmm.
The more you look,
Jesus Christ, the more there's wrong with this picture. And there's more concern.
Maybe that's what freaked me out about it, is that his head's touching the ceiling. So either he's in a tiny room or he is in fact a giant. Also, he has a poster in the back for Ant-Man and the Wasp, and drawn to life for the Nintendo Wii, like bolted to his wall.
What?
Look, in the next to the Great Pride flag, there's a Wii game drawn to life, and it's like it's the case for Drawn to Life. It's like taped onto his wall.
I am there. Like the longer you look at this thing, there's more questions.
He's wearing Pac-Man socks.
Oh my god, he is. I'm sorry, Jeff. We just fell entirely off your track.
Okay.
Fucking Harry Potter. I think it might have helped. I think we might have helped you from committing a murder.
Oh no, I've already done that multiple times.
No. Oh, well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We now have a confession to the murder. We got him.
We got him.
We got him.
We can all go home.
Mm-hmm.
What else happened this week, ladies and gentlemen, besides Jeff's murderous rampage, my hype for Endgame?
I went to a pinball con in Edmonton.
Really?
Put that in quotes. Because it was really like... Because it was like a bunch of people in Edmonton area who own pinball stuff. And they're like, we should put on an event for pinball. And it's like, oh, that's fun. And they brought all their machines out and set it up in where did I go? Millennium Place in Sherwood Park. And it was a nice little locale to go play some pinball machines and stuff. The only thing that I would say is a negative on this is that because they're bringing out such old machines and such oh man, this table is pretty cool, or that machine is pretty cool, but then you go to play it and it just doesn't fucking work. You just go oh, this machine is awesome. You hit the button, nothing's happening. You see the lights go, nothing's happening. You're like, well, that's broken. And you're the funny thing is though, if you're like, oh, I bet this machine's broken, it's a good coin flip that's going to be broken. Because it's so fucking old. Although the one machine I did play, I was very surprised it wasn't broken, because the mechanics on this thing feels like it should break immediately. I forget the name of it. I want to say it's like Tennis for Two or Two Player. It's such an old pinball machine. The concept is that you're versing another player on a same pinball machine, but they're head to head on you. So the opponent is on your opposite side of the table. You're on the other end of the table. And the objective is to play pinball as long as you possibly can before the ball goes down your gutter. And then the table pushes upward on towards their end. And they are trying to play pinball as long as possible. So it's like the neatest little table ever. And it's like, oh,
that's actually pretty cool if you're actually playing against someone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, this is fucking neat. And if you have tiny little flippers on their end of the table, you could try to fuck them up. So I'm like, this is super nice. But but another thing I also liked about the event is that they had a butt ton of oh, this is from the 70s, this is from the 60s, oh, this one's from recently that just came out a month ago. You can tell the difference too, because the one from recently, they have computer monitors shoved into the panels. They have really complicated oh, try to move your piece from this grid of bullshit to up through this ramp and pinball, and then you can do some other dumb shit on this video game-esque thing, but it's pinball, and it's all so freaking absurd. And also we got to play some other pinball machines that didn't know existed. There's a Judge Dredd one, apparently. But not the recent Judge Dredd. This is old Judge Dredd, comic book Judge Dredd. And it's interesting because the concept of this table is just, hey, you like multi-ball? Uh-huh. Well, here's three. Start you out with 3 balls at once. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Since you went up a ramp, here's 7 more balls. Wait, oh my god. I don't know what to do here. Oh, how's that? It's intense. Okay, here's 3 more balls. No, fuck off.
And you just start fucking slapping the shit out of it.
Oh, I was just concentrating on just making sure the balls don't go down the gutter. I was like, fuck. Oh, frick. And another thing is I'm very happy that there's staple pinball tables in amongst the weird spread of tables that they had there. They had Gorgar, which is basically just the only thing cool about it is that a demon is yelling at you, saying it's Gorgar, saying it wants to eat you, and saying it's it has a heartbeat constantly going in that freaking pinball machine trying to freak you out. There was another one
that just sounds like fun.
Yeah. Oh, and also they have Centaur, which is the most metal table ever. It's just black and red. That's all the color. It's perfectly 80s metal, I tell you. And you
put the ball down the gutter, a gnome jumps out and stabs you.
No, it's actually sci-fi metal, heavy metal.
Oh, nice. Oh, Heavy Metal is such a good movie.
It's such a perfect heavy metal movie. And I'm like, oh, I just kind of wish there was another one, but whatever. I mean, there is a Heavy Metal 2, but it's not the same.
No.
But but that pinball table Centaur, though, you look at it and go, wow, it's only black and white. And you start noticing just little hints of red all over the place. And you're like, this is a fucking metal table.
Awesome.
And that yeah, it's so sweet because you're looking at it going, this feels like I'm looking at an album cover that turned into a pinball machine. So that one was there, and I was surprised. I was very happy to see that there because I'm like, if I was gonna get a table, I want to try to get that one. And also another one I was happy was there. It was freaking the Twilight Zone. That table was actually working, which is which I think the amount of hype on that table is pretty high up there, and that's still pretty high up there because there's a lot of shit going on that table. Because for the Twilight Zone table, the history behind it is towards the tail end of the pinball era and the arcade era, there was like the last tables to be pushed out, and they're trying hard as they can to get people to back in to play more arcade shit. And so basically the Twilight Zone table was just the developers going like, how much dumb shit can we shove into a single pinball machine cabinet? So they're like, just basically, they're just throwing ideas into this pinball table, going, "What if we put in a gumball machine in this thing? Oh yeah, that's cool. What if there's like a special ball in this gumball machine? What if it's porcelain ball? Yeah, that's cool. It bounces weird. Oh, what if there's like a point multiplier to go with that? Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so what about a higher playing field on top of that? Oh, let's have these magnets that control as the flippers and try to go up the ramp through that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, what about how many modes should we have in this thing? What about 50? Yeah, fuck it. 50 modes in this thing. It just keeps going and going. It's like, fuck. And the amount of dumb shit that's going on this table, I'm surprised this doesn't break more often than it does. If you look at the table, you could be like, wow, there's a lot of shit in here. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of shit in there. I think... Oh, what was another cool table I saw? Gorgar, saw that, saw the Twilight Zone. Oh, and they also had Iron Maiden, what was it? Yeah, the Iron Maiden pinball table, which is pretty neat because you can get to pick your music track before you start playing the pinball machine. And of course, it's like the only if you were to think of Iron Maiden and go, okay, think of 3 tracks you want to hear from Iron Maiden, it's those tracks in that pinball table. So it's always 2 minutes to midnight, like every other person who plays it, because they don't realize you can change the tracks. Yeah, like that table was fun. You can see old freaking Iron Maiden cover art all over the place in that dumb thing. Yeah. And
that sounds like awesome and stuff like that. Is like the Book of 13 in there?
Book of 13, I didn't see it. I mean, if it was more people in Edmonton collecting pinball machines, I bet it would have been there. The one neat thing I got to look at that I'm surprised it was made, there was a coin-operated Nintendo console, which I was like, holy shit, that exists? And basically it was just what is it, like a 4-inch? No, it's got to be like 8-inch TV shoved into a box.
Oh, is it that like the Play Choice 10 or something?
It's similar to that, but it's way smaller. So small to the point of like, oh, you can have this in a bar type of thing. Oh. Like all there is like two joysticks and like buttons for each NES controller, but it's all shoved into one little console. And the more you look at it, the more you're like, I'm pretty sure this is ripped out from a bar stool or something, because wow, this thing's weird.
Yeah, because I remember they made a bunch of old like coin-op arcades, and it was like Double Dragon and Ninja Gaiden and those kind of games. Like it was just like NES games, but it was modified just slightly so you like put the coin in and get 3 lives or whatever.
Yeah. That's pretty much the same concept with this thing that I saw. That it was like, it's weird because you had a menu to go and flip through the different games you wanted to play in this weird little coin-op thing, and it can go up to like 10 different games. And I was like, that's interesting for this, like if that thing to come out like, I don't know, 1990 or something, and
yeah,
play through that in a bar or something. That'd be neat. And yeah, like so weird. Like, another weird thing I saw there was what else? Not weird, but I was kind of giggling to myself of like, oh, I was playing on a broken joystick and I still won. Playing Street Fighter 3. Like, it's usually whenever they bring pinball machines out, they usually bring out their also arcade collection out a little bit. And some guy brought their Street Fighter 3 cab, but the joystick fucking couldn't register diagonal movements. So I tried to go. I could go left and right. I could go up and down. But I couldn't jump diagonally left up or left right. So I was like, well, I can't.
You might have an advantage because noobs will just diagonal jump to approach in Street Fighter anyways, so you can just not do that.
Oh yeah. Well, but the dumb thing is though, I was like, if it can't register these diagonal movements, can it register a Hadouken? So I tried doing that over like a good several times, and I'm like, this is not working. And then I realized, these joysticks are so worn out that I have to face the opposite direction. I was like, oh boy.
That's big brain Street Fighter.
Oh boy.
Yep. Or big brain Street Fighter is you set up like a MAME on your PC and you start playing it, not realizing, oh fuck, I just opposite directions the up and down to down and up. Oh, I hope I can still do this.
It's like that old episode of Life and Level when they played what was it? It was like Capcom vs SNK, but their controller was on the other guy's body in the form of a dance pad, and they had to actually beat up their friend in real life in order to play Capcom vs SNK.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's like Dan Reichert playing Punch-Out, and he set it up so all the different buttons were on pressure pads on someone else, and he also had a dance pad. So he's like, I gotta do punches towards his upper body, punches friend in the head. His friend is like, fuck!
Yeah. What else did they... Life and Level, they played Dance Dance Revolution on, like, DDR pads, but they were also playing on pogo sticks.
I think that'd be pretty fucking hard, because it's like, depending on the pad, you just slip and kill yourself.
Yeah, fucking... I think it was Johnny, like, there was Josh, this big fat dude, and Johnny, this little Asian kid. And I think Johnny, like, the pad slid out from under him, and he fell, and he hit his head on the bookshelf, and the bookshelf just collapsed on him.
Oh my god.
They were like, oh my god, Johnny's dead. It was like the third episode. They had to go to the hospital.
Get CAT scan.
Yeah,
he got a mild concussion.
He had a concussion because the other episode he broke his finger playing Street Fighter, I think it was. Like, how the fuck do you do this?
Yeah, how?
Episode 1, they tased each other.
Why? Why would you tase each
they
other?
had like those little like shock pads on each other, and so every time they took a life in Call of Duty, they would shock the other guy. And Josh was losing, so he got pissed and he smacked the controller out of Johnny's hand and killed him and shocked him. And Johnny got pissed, so he grabbed a beer dart off the table and stabbed Josh in the leg.
Fuck!
I fucking love that show, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Right now, I'm just doing my schedules for Nate, and right now it basically looks like as if I have like 4 classes I have to attend, which is a lot easier to fucking deal with than 6. Fuck's sakes.
Why would you do 6 ever?
I'm a fucking idiot. Shut up.
I did 7 once. It was not fun.
You know, man, I'm too old for this shit. Too old.
By the way, I had a bit of a laugh at McEwen because I told people I was doing 5 classes and they all looked at me like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And I was like, "Dude, it's not that hard." And they were like, "You are a savage." And there was a student who graduated this year who I met in my political science class, and I told him like, "Yeah, I'm doing 5 classes this year," and he's like, "How?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "How? How are you doing 5 classes this semester? I can't even manage it. I can do 4. I'm like, because 5 is the minimum for a fucking full-time student. He's just like, and I got a bit of a laugh at him. That's when I realized that every classmate that I had, that's when I realized the vast majority of the classmates I had, like, in that school, either had below 5. Like, there were some people who had legitimate reasons. Like, there was a student, fellow student of mine who was like a mother. So she was like, Daniel, I can't do more than like 3. I'm like, fine by me, go ahead.
So it's funny because like one of my classmates literally took 5 classes, and like when I took 5 classes, it was easy. I could play video games. I could like take a break. It was great.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. She got all A's. I'm sitting here happy with B's. I got an A in one of the hardest classes ever. I am like currently sitting at probably an A- for my other class, probably a B+ more likely. And I'm looking at C's for the rest of my classes and possibly an F. So I'm fucked. One of my teachers literally was like, yeah, you're a great student, but you're just terrible at this class. I'm like, thanks, you fucking piece of shit. He didn't say that. He put it in a far nicer way, and I was just like, well, like, it would help if I actually understood anything at all. I'm probably going to get carried. It's going to be hilarious.
Like an LOL?
Yeah, like an LOL.
So just a bit of a quick statement that needs to be made there. Josh,
yes.
It is now 11 o'clock.
Oh, yes. I got a stupid... Well, not stupid, but I got a pre-release I prepaid for, and I should get to.
He's going to burn his balls.
Or just get lucky-ass polls. That's all I care about, really.
Mm-hmm. I actually tend to notice that a lot of people get lucky-ass polls
at the pre-release?
At the pre-releases, yeah.
Which is...
Maybe they put the mythics on the top.
I highly hypothesize that the pre-releases, they want to hype them up so hard that they're willing to stack the deck. Literally.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, like, in fact, the last couple of times that I bought pre-release boxes, I bought 2 more extra from, what was it, Core 19 or whatever? And the freaking 2 out of the 3 boxes I bought, they had, like, 5 mythics in them. And I made my money back immediately, plus I could buy a box. It was this is fucking...
because you were
was fucking stupid.
That one dude was like, I'll give you $100 for that card. Just like, sick.
Yep. It was actually a pretty good deal that day. Although that was just pulling a pack. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll get unhinged there. Oh, you sure? Yeah, let's get it. It's fucking stupid. Oh, I love this artwork. Hey, the card looks a little weird. Okay. Oh, fuck, it's a foil.
Okay. Guys, I think it's time that we end the show. Josh can go play Magic and abandon us.
Well, we can keep going. Josh can leave. We can just keep going.
Josh, get out of here if we can continue going. So that way then I can continue ranting about how I hate everything. And I want
okay,
I thought you were
just smoke more weed. Smoke more weed.
I thought you were going to go in a very different direction with that.
We all thought he was going to go into that, but... Sounds like a personal problem.
This was the thing. It's so close. Yeah, it's so close. I would say it's a little wider, but whatever.
Run away. Go away.
Running away.
Go. Be gone.
Be gone, thought. Now that we got him out of the way, we can now talk about important things like productivity and politics and hate crime rises and Magic the Gathering and D&D.
I'm waiting for him to fall asleep. I'm not going to lie there, Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want me to fall asleep?
Because then we can talk about the real issues. The JQ.
Stop that. Stop. Disavowing. Disavowing. Oh my god. So I got to talk about one thing related to politics. So Sargon did a stream earlier this week.
Was it
where he had like Louis Vuitton, Rags, and V all online with him in the chat, like he was just talking, like just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And Rags was like, you know what? I have a very controversial statement. And you just very quietly hear Sargon in the background disavowing. And then all Rags said was like, I think you should reform the British Empire. And the following immediate quiet statement is disavowed. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was laughing. I heard that. I'm like, oh my god, that's great.
Have you guys ever heard the bird conspiracy?
What's the bird?
No.
Oh, is this the conspiracy where all birds are like funded by the national government and actually?
There's a real conspiracy going on that like all birds went extinct around 9/11, and birds aren't real anymore. Every bird you see is a government drone spying on you. I've been spreading the conspiracy around work as like a joke, but in the store there's like a book about like birds and like for bird spotting, and one of the books is just called "What's That Bird?" And I showed my manager. I'm like, I've got a guy here asking a lot of questions.
Oh, that's so bad.
There's a website called birdsaren'treal.com. And you can buy T-shirts and hats. Their hats are sold out. So many people bought hats that just say "birds aren't real." I think I'm gonna get a T-shirt.
Why?
Because it would be fucking funny.
Just wear it to work one day.
I will.
Birds aren't real. Please don't. God damn it.
I bought a
don't hurt me.
I bought a denim vest finally the other day.
You bought a denim vest?
Yeah, I bought I bought like a jacket, but it's like in the inside it's denim, and on the outside, like the sleeves and the hood is just cotton or whatever.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then I went home and I took a chef's knife and I cut off the sleeves.
Why didn't you just go to like? You've already bought the shirt. Why don't you just like the jacket? Why don't you just go buy like the professional? Like, hey, I don't want the hoodie and the sleeves on this. Can you cut them out?
No, I did. I would like to think I did a pretty good job.
Are the edges still frayed?
Why would you do that, Shane?
Which kind of works because I'm gonna start a battle jacket.
You want a battle jacket? Are you playing Tetris Battle?
No.
He's gonna be like the snake. He wants to be like the tunnel snakes from.
Snakes rule.
3. But I already got some patches, so I'm gonna buy on Saturday. I'm gonna at the mall. I'm gonna buy some thread and a needle, and I'm gonna start sewing on patches.
You are the biggest nerd ever.
I know, right? I had this.
He's not even mad about it. He's just proud.
I remember when I was like 9 or 10. I remember I asked my dad for a jean jacket because I was gonna put a bunch of patches on it, not realizing it's like a thing that people actually do. And then on the back, because you can get these huge sew-on patches called back patches, and they perfectly fit like the back lining of a denim jacket. And I'm gonna find a big I want to find either a Led Zeppelin one or a Protest the Hero one, because every single day I'm out, I see at least one person wearing a battle jacket. And there was this dude at the train station, and I was like, that's it, I need to get one now. He was wearing a denim vest, like a black denim vest, and it had like Behemoth and Metallica and Pantera, and he was like this really old dude. He was probably like 60-something years old with like really frayed white hair and a ponytail, and then he had this huge back patch that just said "Hell Awaits Slayer," and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I need to get one of these.
And that was when Shane became an old man, a boomer.
No, it's when he became
an aging scene kid. Just hangs out in dive bars with denim vests, listening to Ghost.
Yep.
You know, some of those people are the sickest people you'll ever meet is at the dive bar. You'll be like there and you'll be like, how are you? And then they'll be like, I saw Avengers, it was great. And you're like,
gypsy people. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Gypsies are cool. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I'm going to wear my denim vest to work tomorrow.
Do it. You need to take a picture. Post in the chat.
That will be the episode image. It will be a Photoshop version of Shane in his denim jacket.
What else? Oh. So. Fuck.
Something got Allan's Jimmy's ruffled.
No, nothing got me. Actually, nothing got my Jimmy's ruffled this week.
It's been a rather tame week with Allan.
No, it's been like a stupid tame week for me. Like I've actually been bored. The main reason why is because I was supposed to start work this week on like Monday. And then I got told, oh yeah, Monday we're not working. You might be working Tuesday to Friday. And I was like, okay. And then I got a text from my boss saying, yeah, don't worry about coming to work this week.
Neat.
I'm like, okay. And then I got a text today. It's like, yeah, we're doing our staff meeting on Tuesday next week. I'm like, did I miss a memo or something?
Yeah.
Like legit. Like this is the text I got. Everyone that is oriented is done to be at the office for 8 a.m. next Tuesday for the mass Garham orientation. I was like, what? What's going on? I feel so lost. And it's just been like this past week has been so weird that I was actually like, this is the year that I was like, I'm actually hyped to go to work because the first week was apparently all we were going to do was just clean metal forms, which is all you do is you get a metal form, you hit it with a hammer like 5 or 6 times, you get a wire brush grinder and you clean it, and that's it. It's the easiest work, and I would have been making $30 an hour doing that. I was so hyped. Like, I was legit, like, I would love to do that as my opening week. That would get me back into the routine of getting up. It's like 4 a.m. That would give me, like, my days off at, like, I'd be getting done work at 8, after 8, maybe 10 hours, depending upon what we're doing, how they want to do the first week. And now I've just been sitting at home, just, like, twiddling my thumbs. Like, man, I'm bored.
Yeah, and don't have any money. This is cool.
Well, no, I have money. Oh, look. Cocknub posted a bunch of 7s in their chat again.
How dare you talk about Anthony like that?
I'm allowed to talk a lot about Anthony like that.
Anthony's a cool bro.
Is he, though?
He's a cool bro.
There's a hesitation.
Yeah, hesitated.
I've never met him in person, so I cannot comment on his cool bro-ness in person.
Wait, is this Anthony from Nate, or is this Anthony from...
This is Anthony from Winnipeg.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I don't know. Because, like, I was going to be like, wait, how did you not meet Anthony at Nate? Because, like, I was just, like, really confused there from it. I'm like, what? Like, you would have, like, met him at least, like, a dozen times. Then I realized, now that I know which one you're talking about, like, that's fair.
I don't like the Anthony from Nate, I don't think. If I'm thinking.
The Asian guy?
Oh, no, that Anthony's cool.
Yeah, like, that's the only Anthony I know at Nate.
Yeah.
What else?
The last thing I have to discuss is a personal dilemma I am having.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
So, on what day is it? September 28th of this year, 2019, the year of our Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. There's a concert coming to Edmonton that I kind of wanted to go see. And it's Camelot, which is not a band. It's a band.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Camelot's coming to Edmonton. I've never been not a terribly big fan.
With Battle Beast?
Yeah, with Battle Beast, which is an awesome band that I want to go see.
Oh, God damn it. That's the other one I want to go see.
And also Sonata Arctica is going. And I was like...
Yeah. I actually got told that by a buddy, and I'm like, I'm probably buying tickets for that.
Yeah, I'm like, I love Battle Beast, but the thing is, I'm not a terribly big fan of Camelot.
I don't mind Camelot. Camelot's music is very hit or miss.
Yeah, it's very...
But they have...
It's very symphonic.
They have a lot of good... They've got a lot of good songs. Sonata Arctica is also a really good band. Like, out of the 3 bands, like, I've heard Sonata Arctica the most. I've heard Battle Beast. Battle Beast I heard at Sabaton the first time I went to Sabaton.
Oh,
that was the thing that, like, introduced me to them.
Because they were there with Levi's, weren't they?
Yeah, they were also there with Levi's, yeah.
But then 2 days after that concert...
Are you talking about the time that we went to Battle Lot with Creator and...
No, this was the time before. This is when I went by myself.
So 2 days after that show, there's another show that I originally was like, that's the show I'm going to. And it's Amon Amarth and Arch Enemy. And I was like, that would have been awesome. But the tickets are like $70, which is a lot.
Well, you could buy one set of tickets right now, and then in a couple months' time, pay for other tickets.
But then 4 days after that concert, there's another concert in the Starlight Room in Edmonton, and you have to get a membership for that one. It's like $5 a year, But then you can go see any show in the Starlight Room, and you can bring a guest. And so I wanted to go see that show, and that show was Delane and Amorpheus. And Delane is a wicked band that I really, really like. And I was like,
you want to link these in chat? Because I actually want to look at the prices and times.
And then after that, I was like, because I was on Songkick looking at these, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll go see that band. And then, the same, at the end of that month, it would be October 30th, there's Ginger coming to the Starlight Room. And Ginger is awesome.
I don't know that band. I don't know the last few bands you just linked, so I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah, Delane is a Dutch band. They're very similar to Sonata Arctica and Nightwish.
So operatic metal.
Ginger is metalcore
/ rock.
I'll post. This is Ginger's.
Hello. Did my internet die?
Nope.
You're still here.
My internet died.
You're still here.
Yeah, you're still here. You're alive.
I'll post.
Uh-oh.
I don't think you can hear us anymore.
I hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But I'll post this video. This is Ginger's most popular song. It's their slowest song. But this is the one band that or the one song that everyone hears. By
I'll give it to listen to in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, yeah. So this is April. God damn it! It's so hard to just find shows that you like. Songkick is a really good and a really shitty website all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll post the Camelot one first. Yeah, Camelot, September 28th at the, Ranch Roadhouse. Tickets are ranging anywhere from $40 to $115. So there's the first one. What's the second one? Amon Amarth. And I want to because I feel like I don't have enough money to go see all of these bands. But Amon Amarth would be so awesome to go see.
Yeah. Amarth.
And I know a lot of people meme on Arch Enemy, but I really like their last two albums. It's the only two albums I ever really listened to. But my one friend that I used to work with, she went to go see Sonata Arctica, Delane, and Nightwish back in 2016. And she was like, that was a hell of a show.
Yeah, I can imagine. Those shows are usually really fun and really good to listen to.
I really want to go see, I think Ginger has to be the one for me. It's the cheapest tickets, and it's their first time, I believe, in Canada ever. And so they want it to be really kick-ass. And it says their tickets are on sale for another 2 days. Which I don't know if it'll be closed after that.
On sale for 2 days, that's in 6 months. Whereas the other one is on sale for another 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not
5 months.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's a sale price. I don't know, an early bird, because it's not until the end of October.
Yeah, which is weird.
But everyone who's ever seen Ginger live.
Oh no, that's how long the tickets have been on sale for. So they've been on sale for 2 days.
But everyone who's seen Ginger live, they're like, this band fucking rules live.
So what I'm hearing is I should buy tickets for Ginger, and then we should go, and then we can go watch Ginger, even though I've never.
I'm probably gonna dodge out on Ginger because I haven't heard that much. Honestly, I think I'm gonna end up probably like seeing if my buddy's going to, because I don't know. Like that's the thing is like, like I remember my buddy mentioning Sonata Arca, but I don't remember where he was going for Edmonton. So I'm just trying to see like when's the thing.
Apparently, also the Devin Townsend project is coming. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Devin Townsend.
Nope.
But he's a crazy person. I gotta find that video. He's like a one man. Was it Kingdom? Yeah. He's just like a one man act really, and he just like asks his friends to tour with him. But he's a beast. He's also like he's just this really fucking tall guy, and he could play guitar like actually no one's business. And he can sing like a god. He just has this incredible voice. But he's just I don't know. There's something about him that like makes me uneasy. He's just a strange individual. It's kind of like I think it's because he looks like a music teacher that's gone too far. Like he's too powerful.
Like he's like at Shaggy levels of power.
Yeah.
No. Shit. He's at Shaggy at 10%.
Okay.
Yes, we're bringing back this ancient meme.
Yes, because we're idiots. Shut up.
We're fucking boomers at this point.
We are. Disappointing.
Oh.
I drink.
But yeah, no. I actually think I want to go see that Sonata one really badly. Because, like, I actually like the sound of Sonata.
Yeah.
Because they're, like, they're, like, this one way this guy reviews it here on this webpage that I just looked at is speed metal, gnarly riffs, keyboards, metal, and fantasy lyrics. Every nerd's dream. Sonata Arctica is an amazing speed metal band that focuses on fantasy lyrics and old-time themes. They shred guitars hard and fast and bring in and gets the crowds amped. They bring fast and hard riffs along with the melody of a nice keyboard, which is to make a lot of their music into unique and pop. When they enter the stage, there's an ambient keyboard tune to bring the band on. Once each member is on stage, they blast off with a song. The crowd is usually singing along with their vocals are not growling, but sometimes but more serenading. They keep the crowd in tune with clapping and singing with them for the most part. They do a lot of explaining of the songs, which they do. Yeah, that's actually something I remember about Battle Beast as well. Is in between songs with Isley, they talk with the fans in between their songs, which is really nice. Unlike Creator, I hated Creator when we were at the Sabaton concert.
I thought that they were okay. Like the problem with them,
they were like a trash metal band with Sabaton. It doesn't mesh well.
Wait, I think I've heard Creator before.
they're okay.
Obviously with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're. I mean, just looking at them, they look thrash.
They are a thrash metal band. Compared to, if you look at Sabaton is a power metal band, and there's such a hard disconnect there.
Yeah.
Where it's like it was like jarring for me in the concert because I was like, how is this an opener for Sabaton? Like it wasn't like, again, it was really good. It got you amped up, but like I was like when they finished playing, I was like, I don't think that works. I don't remember who they had there first though, because they had another band that was there prior.
It was like another band. If I remember correctly, it was a punk metal band that Josh really liked, then Creator, which was okay, and then Sabaton came out and might as well have been like, okay, the best for last.
Well, that's what happens. The headliners are always last, which is always amazing. And that's the thing about Sabaton. Sabaton, I don't think Sabaton's open for anyone in like a long time.
No, I doubt it because they're pretty big now.
Yeah, well, they always go platinum in Sweden, and they usually get at least silver here in the North American sphere for their albums. Like a good example, like they put out a new song earlier this week called Bismarck.
I saw that. I didn't watch it yet.
It's okay.
It's really good.
It's a good song. Like
And the only reason why they put it out that day was because that was the day that I think it was the day the Bismarck sank.
Oh, makes sense.
Not sure.
Yeah, it was.
Is it this day that Bismarck sank?
I'm pretty sure it's the day that the Bismarck sank.
I just want to double check.
Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
But like the big thing is that within 2 days, within 48 hours, they had 1 million hits on that video. And it's just impressive. I'm just like, no, that and like I'm just really happy because I watched it like when the video went live. I was sitting in my bed, chilling out. I flicked on the song. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to be like a video about them talking about the new album, because I know they've got their next album coming out, which is the World War I album they're coming out.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. Can't wait for that one. I actually I gotta be honest with you. I have the amount of metal I've been listening to over the past little while has just been consistently constant.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about this week. Fuck. I don't think I talked about it the last time, but when I started working at the store. Okay, never mind. I started working at the store, and my assistant manager was like, yo, you should listen to some Billie Eilish, because she just put out her album. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then like an hour later, my friend texted me. He's like, you need to listen to Whitechapel's new album. Have you guys ever listened to Whitechapel?
I have not, but I've heard good things.
So they're like a deathcore band, and their last album that just came out is called The Valley, and it's based on true story about the singer's mother who committed suicide back in the year 2000. And the reason she committed suicide is the premise of the entire album. The reason she committed suicide is because she thought she was being stalked by the devil, and she would see demons out in her backyard and in her fireplace. And then that night when she saw the demon, she would have sleep paralysis, and the demon would stand over her bed while she was sleeping, and it haunted her for years. And she wrote all these journals, and she was paranoid that the devil was spying on her, and so she would make it intentionally cryptic and write. She would change her handwriting month by month and hide her journal. And then after she died, the singer obviously knew all about this, and they finally wrote an album about it. And the album is so good. It's incredible. It has this eerie theme to it. It almost feels like the album cover itself. It looks like the Blair Witch Project. But there's a really consistent theme throughout every single song. There's literally not enough good things I could say about that album. I was listening to it at work, and the delivery guy came into the back room, and I was listening to the song called Brimstone, and it's just this really disgusting metal, and it just starts with this incredible breakdown. And I went to sign for the delivery guy's package, and I think I could see genuine fear in his eyes. Because he just signed here, and all he can hear is it was awesome. But holy shit, that album is so good. Definitely, if you have Spotify, they put out a couple of music videos. They put out a music video for one of the first song on the album, which is called "When a Demon Defiles a Witch." It is a masterpiece of writing.
Oh boy. No, actually, back when I used to work at Rexall Stadium, back when that was a thing, I was listening to Sabaton while we were moving crates around and getting stuff to take up, get ready to get upstairs and take up. And these heavy metal band guys were like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "I'm listening to Sabaton." And they're like, "Wow, this is a really weak band." And I just stopped and was like, "What do you listen to?" And these puts on this growl music, and I stopped and I'm looking at it, I was like, "I can't understand the lyrics." He's like, "Well, yeah, that's not the point of the band. You're supposed to just listen to the metal." I was like, no. You fail to understand. The reason why I like Sabaton as a metal band is I can actually sing along with these people.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people that are Sabaton is just casual garbage.
I've heard someone say that. I looked at him like, okay, what did you listen to? And you get this trash garbage that is just growl with no good lyrics. And I'm just like, you can't sing with this.
The thing I've discovered about metal is that everyone like obviously listens to different metal. Like my buddy, like really hates Sabaton, and he just doesn't like power metal in general.
Which is fair.
Yeah, but it's just like usually people would be like, different strokes for different folks, but metal fans just will usually be like, oh no, that's shit, and they're very like aggressive with their banter.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching this YouTube channel. His name is Gonilok, and he's really funny. He does like history videos on the history of metal music, and he was talking about death metal. And he's like, one of the subgenres of metal, or death metal, is melodic death metal, which is shortened to mellow death, for people who don't want to waste too many syllables on that absolute garbage genre of shit music. And he just posts a picture of, like, battles and will to power, and he's like, I'm sorry, but it's just so easy to make fun of. And I told my buddy, because we both are real big fans of mellow death, and he's like, yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of bad melodic death metal music.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like, that's the thing is, like, with metal, and this is the reason why I don't like growl or thrash metal, is because I can't sing along with it. It's good for mosh pits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's great for mosh pits. It's not good for like people who just enjoy
driving in your car.
Like,
put on some Slayer.
Like, that's the thing is, like, oh, you can't. Oh god, I actually knew somebody who did that, and like I have a rule. Even in my car, like I make people abide by this. And the thing is, you ask the driver to touch the controls of the audio before you touch it. I didn't even ask. I reached forward from back seat, reached over his shoulder, and smacked the stop button. And I'm like, we're not listening to that trash. And he like stopped and looked at me. He's like, how dare you say that about Slayer? I'm like, dude, I can't sing with this,
man.
And I can't. And I don't want a headache when I get to a fucking job.
Now, I've never been a big fan of Pantera, or really any thrash besides like a little bit of Exodus and a little bit of Slayer. But thrash is trash. Like, there's so much bad. Like, why is Anthrax popular?
That's a good question.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I get why people like things. It's different strokes for different folks. But thrash is trash. You should feel bad for listening to it and enjoying it. Well, but at the same time, I get why people make fun of power metal. They make fun of, like, a good example, Manowar. Manowar is a metal band that I like. And I know they're trash.
Manowar? See, I was watching Gonilok, and he was like, the best power metal band that exists. I'm pretty sure it was Manowar that he said. And he's like, because there's like the European power, and then there's like American power. And American power is like Manowar, and like it's more thrash based. And like shit like Warlock, which is German, but that's... Fuck, Warlock is so good. But, what was the other thing? Oh, like, grindcore. Do people actually like grindcore? My cousin is in a grindcore band. And I was like, dude, why? Because... What is grindcore? Grindcore is like punk rock. Like, but say you take like this, say you have like an amp. And then the dials are like speed, intensity, and like distortion. If you crank all of them to max, that's grindcore.
No, stop!
I'll find you some grindcore.
Just find me one. Don't like.
Yeah.
Oh god, that sounds like a bad. Like, that's the thing is, like, I know because if you actually look at my iPod, about half my music on my iPod is just like orchestral and like soundtracks, not actual like songs like that you have lyrics to. Like a lot of it's like video game music, movie music, and stuff like that on it, as well as like of course Two Steps from Hell being the go-to trailer music band that you go to.
Yeah, Two Steps from Hell is like the band that like needs to exist.
Hearts of Courage. Everybody's heard that song.
4,000 times.
Who's the band that's made it.
But
that's the thing is, like, if you look at my thing, you're like, how is this person a metal band? And you look, you're like, he has all this orchestral music on his phone. What the fuck?
Holy fuck. This is the entire... I was looking at these, like, I typed in Insect Warfare. So, you're welcome, Grindcore fans. I didn't just type Napalm Death, because I know that's what you thought I was going to do. But I typed Insect Warfare into YouTube, and I was like, man, why are these songs so long? But this isn't the song. It's the whole album. Insect Warfare, Full Extermination, full album, 22 minutes. Here's that's grindcore for you. This song is 90 seconds long. Like, grindcore is like, it's like a minute long. And it's basically just, if you could make your instruments shout, that's grindcore, and they all start shouting all at the same time. Terrorizer was the other one.
Terrorizer, okay.
Grindcore, I think, was one of the originators of the blast beat, so that's all you need to know.
Okay, so here's the thing. Thrash is trash. Grindcore is shit.
Grindcore is next level awful.
Like, no, here's the thing. Like, I'm listening to this song, like, Pestilent Execution, whatever the fuck
Pestilent Excruciation, I think.
It's not like, if it had stayed with the same tempo all throughout it, it would have been fine, but it changes tempo 4 times in the span of, like, 40 seconds. And it's noticeable because, like, you can tell by, like, how the drums are. That's how where you notice the change. And I'm like, that's hot shit. Stop that. Like, Sabaton doesn't even do that. Sabaton tends to keep its songs very consistent and capable. And that's the reason why I like power metal, such as Teresia, even like Sonata Arca. Their music tends to either... It might have a tone shift, but it tends to bounce between either, like, a certain tempo and another tempo. And it bounces between the two, but it never changes, like, 4 times in the span of you can tell I was a band nerd during high school.
Here's a controversial opinion. Dragon Force is okay.
Dragon Force is okay. Their last album, what was it, Reaching Into Infinity? That album fucking slaps.
Reaching Into... I want to make sure of that.
Their one song is called
I want to double
Curse
check.
of Darkness, and it's literally based entirely off of Castlevania.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually personally say that Dragon Force is an okay band. I prefer some of their older stuff to their newer stuff.
What else?
Mostly because, like, my favorite song of theirs is Soldiers of the Wasteland.
Yeah, that's a good song.
As well as Operation Ground and Pound. Those were some of my favorites, but I also know that I know why people liked Dragon Force. And that was because of
the Fire Hero 3.
Yeah, the Fire and Flames we care. Again, like, good music, but you actually, like, if you start looking at, like, some of the most popular songs, they can't do them in concert anymore.
Oh no, they can't. Because it's like,
because the guitarist can't play them anymore.
Yeah, it's stuff like. It's stuff where it's like, okay, you pushed it. They were like, when they were good, like...
They pushed boundaries.
That's like Dave Mustaine in Megadeth. There's some songs that he can play that literally no one else can play. And the reason is because he hits chords that are just absurd to think about, because his hand is physically so big that he can hit, like, a note on one string and then another note like 8 frets down on another string, and most people's hands are physically too small to do that.
Yeah. Actually, I think another big problem with a lot of metal bands, because how many fucking genres of metal are there? I think there's like 20 or 30.
A billion?
Yeah. a billion.
Actually, a billion.
But the thing is like, if you go with the big groups, and that's what I mean, is like, if you go like power metal, thrash metal, grindcore, heavy metal, the one that you just said that it was really easy to make fun of.
Oh, Mellow Death.
Mellow Death or metal, mellow metal.
And then there's, like metalcore, gent, which is kind of metalcore, black metal, doom metal, like that kind of shit.
Fuck black metal. Oh my god, that stuff for me is either like that's really good, or it's that's hot trash, get it out the door.
One day, I worked with this girl who listened. I don't think she really liked metal, but like if I put it on, she'd be like, "Yeah, I'll give it a listen," because she's like open-minded to it. And we worked together 7 a.m. on Black Friday, and I'm like, "Caitlin, I hope you're ready for Black Metal Friday." She's like, "Let's do it." And so for the first hour, like 7 in the morning, we get in, and we're just listening to Meshuggah and Goat Whore and Behemoth.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds like
Behemoth is awesome.
So,
like, but that's the thing with all the metal bands. It's like the good bands are good, but when you find the hot trash bands, they stick out like a sore goddamn thumb.
There's like volumes. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm calling you out, volumes. Because like I'm going through like bands that I listen to because I usually don't listen to shit music, but I'm checking to make sure I don't.
I mean, there's music that I listen to that is absolute trash, and I know it's absolute trash. It's okay.
Maybe Woven War, Omnium Gatherum.
Who is this band, Jeff? I need to hear this band. What is this band that's hot trash?
Hold on. Let me look at my phone.
I await with bated breath.
It was something where I posted it. It's something where I posted it, and Shane literally like mocked me for it.
Probably in the music dump then.
Which channel is it in?
I'm guessing it's in the music dump. Oh, fucking Josh posted a black metal band called Beelzebubs. And I think they only actually have 2 songs, but they're really fucking good songs.
Vengeance Falls by Trivium.
I like Trivium. I like that album, actually. That was the first Trivium album I listened to.
Okay. I can't remember, honestly, but like I've been listening to a lot of metal lately. So
it's not, because Trivium started as like, I guess, mellow death with a mix of like thrash in it. And so like Shogun was a really good album, and then Vengeance Falls came out, and it was very light. It made it like it very simplified their music. So a lot of people don't like Trivium anymore because their last few albums have just gotten lighter and lighter. But I really like Vengeance Falls as an album.
Vengeance Fall, that's the thing is like there are some like I hear names bands and I'm like I know I've heard music by them and like but it's because I as one of my buddies when I was like as one guy said when I was like I even straight up admitted to one guy at a concert like yeah no this is the first time me going to a metal concert and the guy stopped like he would like we were in line getting ready to go into the venue where me Jeff and Josh went to see Sabaton that one time. I can't remember the name of the place, but like he stopped what he was doing. He turned and looked at me. And he's like, "Oh boy, we're gonna have fun tonight." And he stuck with me throughout the evening.
That's awesome.
See, the first metal concert,
and he was just like, "Yeah, you're." Like I was like, "Wow, I'm impressed."
Yeah. The one, what year was it? 2012. I went to go see Protest the Hero and Black Label Society at the Edmonton Event Center. I think it was. And my friends all snuck in because we were all under 18, and so my friends all snuck into the 18 plus area so they can go moshing and drinking. And my one buddy who had never been to a metal show before, this was his first gig, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my first show." And this one dude who was like, "Oh, that's cool. Let me buy you a drink." And so he bought my buddy a drink, and he's like, he was really drunk, and he was hanging out with my buddy all night long, and he was like, "Yo, do you want to see a picture of my girlfriend?" And my buddy's like, "Sure." And he just shows him like a selfie they took, and he's like, "Isn't she hot?" And my friend's like, "Yeah, she's pretty good looking." And then he like swipes his phone. He's like, "Here's her tits."
It's always the best.
Yeah, that's a thing at metal concerts. By the way, is there is almost no barriers.
No, I remember
to quote something that I saw at my first Sabaton concert. There was a girl wearing fishnet shirt, and they covered just enough.
Oh, nice.
I was like,
damn, girl.
I remember the first time we went to go see Black Label was with Judas Priest, and I remember my buddy Lane was like, I can't remember why, but this girl just walked up to him, grabbed him like by his shirt, pulled him in as close as she could, and just screamed in his face. And he was like, okay, cool. And he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Sounds like Lane.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Sounds like something that would happen to Lane, unfortunately.
I'm scrolling through the music dump, and one of my favorite things was my buddy Tarum. He posted, "Man, Arch Enemy used to sing about Jesus cannibalizing his own disciples. Now they might as well make songs about the gender pay gap." And then on Easter, someone posted, or he posted, he's like, "Happy Easter, everyone." I'm like, listen to some Arch Enemy today in honor of the Lord, and he just posts Savage Messiah. That song is awesome.
Oh. I think we should be calling it here.
Yeah.
We've been rambling on about metal music for like the past
Is there
hour.
anything wrong with that?
No, I have no problems with that. But my internet's starting to crap out. Like, she was like talking about it, and all of a sudden, just like, you have here in honor of our Lord and Savior, and it just stopped, and I was like,
oh.
Rip. Okay, well, let's end the show now. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Black Mind Podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday at blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can also listen to us on your YouTube app, your Facebook app, whatever app of choice you want to listen to us to. And thank you for listening to us. Thank you to all of my hosts who joined me for this wonderful show, where I was depressed and angry and hatred flowed through my veins for 20 minutes.
But we soothed that with gentle caressing of metal.
Yes, metal music, good. Anyways, good night, guys. Have a good night.